Hello friends and welcome to Share Down Smiles. I'm Alyssa and today I'm going to be making a challenge video where I tell you about the time that I auditioned for The Voice. So yes, as a singer, as a voice major, as someone who sung at churches and all over the place, one of the things I've been asked many times by friends and strangers who just happen to be there is, when are you going to audition for The Voice? It's kind of a common question I think a lot of singers get. And I always kind of laughed it off before, but I saw that they were having open call auditions in Baltimore, Maryland, and I decided, why not take advantage of the opportunity, see what happens. So I talked to a few friends of mine, and my friend Megan and I decided that we were going to go down. So we did the pre-registration, and the weeks leading up to it, we talked about a lot of things. We talked about what are we going to wear, what are we going to sing, making the plans for the hotel and all of that. And so what we decided to do was I kind of picked out my outfit to hopefully kind of just showcase who I was. And then for a song, I know I was personally having a hard time picking, and so was she. So we decided that we would go to karaoke. And so a group of us went to karaoke and tried out a few different songs. I ended up not actually singing the song that I did prepare for the audition at karaoke because they didn't have it, but I later decided on it. And so we kind of did that. We told some friends there. They were excited for us. And so the weekend came. That Friday, we waited until after Megan got out of work. And then we did the about 6-hour drive down to Baltimore. And just kind of had a nice little road trip and a chill night's sleep. Then the next morning, we had the breakfast at the hotel, and then we got ready for the day. We had signed up for the 12 o'clock time slot. There were 3 different time slots, and you signed up for the time that they wanted you to arrive, just so they didn't have everybody coming in at once. And so we signed up for the noon time slot. After we got ready, we went over, we took the metro down, and we went to the Baltimore Convention Center. At first we went to the wrong part of the convention center because it was huge, and they were like, this is the craft show, you need to go down the way. But once we were in the right spot, there was no denying it. There were people all over the place, some playing their guitar, lots of people singing, and there was a line wrapped around the building of people waiting to get in. And so we, jumped right at the end of that line and got ready, and so the day consists of a lot of waiting. We were there for a total of 4 hours, but what's really nice is that it didn't feel like we were just standing around and waiting for 4 hours. There's a lot of positive energy just kind of floating around the place, whether it's, from nerves and excitement. And we talked to the people around us, and there were so many nice people. We met a lot of really nice people. So it really made the time fly by. There were also places where you could get food. We ended up buying water while we were waiting. So it didn't really feel like you were waiting around for 4 hours, but that is what ended up happening. And then when it came time to actually audition, I'm not really sure how much I'm supposed to talk about, so I'm not really going to go into too much detail, but they do break you off into groups, and Megan and I ended up being the end of one group and the beginning of another, and I told her to just go ahead because she had kind of formed a bond with the people in front of us that I didn't quite have. So I was like, you go with them, it'll mean more to you to be with them, and I'll stay here. And so, long story short, my time before the producer came, and so I stood up and I introduced myself and my song. I ended up singing All I Ask by Adele, which I kind of was second guessing before entering the room, and at one point even changed it. I was like, I think I'm going to go with another one, but I was like, no, this is the song I prepared, this is the song that I have ready for this moment, and I'm committed to it, this is the song I'm going to do. So They gave me 60 seconds, and they said that either they would cut me off at 60 seconds, or you can cut yourself off if you have like a place you want to stop before the 60 seconds. And so I decided to start at the beginning of the second verse and just kind of go through until they cut me off. And I felt really good about it. As I was singing, I was using dynamics, things felt good, they sounded good from what I was getting, and looking at the producer, I felt like I was getting through to him as well. He was seeing the connection to the song. He was hearing the different things I was doing with my voice, and he was interested. However, if you are familiar with this song, when you go from the verse into the refrain, there's like a little bit of a run as she sings the words, "All I ask is if." And when I got down to that part, I don't know if it was nerves or what, but in that moment, that part of it got a little sloppy, and the pitches weren't exact, and it wasn't as strong, and I was irritated in my own mind because I heard it happening and I was trying to fix it, and I knew I could do it, but it wasn't happening. And as all that was going on in my mind, I'm looking and I saw in the producer him kind of go from that moment of oh maybe to oh maybe next time. It wasn't good enough, and so I tried to kind of amp it up and finish as strong as I could. And I am honestly very proud of the audition that I put forth. Unfortunately, I was not chosen to move on at that point, but I honestly left there definitely disappointed in the moment. I was not happy. There may have been a couple tears of disappointment shed, but at the end of the day, I was honestly really proud of myself for putting myself out there. That's something that's not easy for me. And at the end of it, I ended up having like this kind of new push within me to want to get back out there and do more of that. I definitely miss singing. I definitely miss working with and interacting with other musicians and artists in that way, and this kind of revitalized all of that passion for music and all of that within me. Megan also has a really awesome story. I don't think it's my story to tell, but maybe I'll invite her on here sometime to talk about it because she had a really good experience as well. It's an experience that I definitely am proud and happy that I did. I don't regret anything about it. Even, with the mistake, I think that was the right song for me to do at that moment. I just think I wasn't, it wasn't my time. I wasn't meant to move on at that moment. It's definitely, it's something that Megan and I have discussed. We are considering doing it again, and I think that that's something that I want to do. I also want to, like I said, get out there and start auditioning for more. And actually, I have another video coming that's going to be later, talking about what that new passion for auditioning and all of that had me do, and it led to me doing something else that was kind of cool. Probably not going to be the next video because I don't want like a million challenge videos in a row, but it'll definitely be an upcoming video. So I guess that was my experience with auditioning for The Voice. It was a really positive one. If you're considering doing it, I definitely say do it because you never know unless you try. I hope you liked this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you have anything that you want to say about this video, me, The Voice, really anything, feel free to comment it down below. Also, if you're interested in future videos that I might be putting on this channel, feel free to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all, and as always, don't forget to share them smiles. Alright friends, ciao for now.